Good afternoon. Thank you for joining NTTV News at Noon. I'm Leah Correas.
And I'm Jaden Crumpton.
A Delta Airlines flight departing from Houston, Texas had to turn back due to a near cockpit breach this morning. Houston police were called to William B. Hobby Airport after the Delta Airlines crew reported a passenger disturbance during their flight heading to Atlanta. The pilot of the flight reported the incident to air traffic control. Here's the audio.
Departure Delta 2557 emergency.
Go ahead.
See Houston Hobby.
Houston Hobby via radar vectors, maintain 6,000, turn left heading 270.
2527.
For the emergency.
When we had a passenger get up and try to access the cockpit.
Left turn 220 for Delta 2557, and can you coordinate and have security standing by as well as paramedics, please? In cuffs in the back of the aircraft, but he did assault another passenger, so we'd like that passenger checked out.
2557, roger. And just to verify, cockpit is secure, Delta 2557.
Smoke is filling the air in suburban Houston at the moment following a recycling plant erupting yesterday evening. Investigators don't know what exactly started the fire, but believe lithium batteries may be involved. At the moment, residents are being advised to keep doors and windows shut. Political engagement on campus higher than ever after 3 politicians have visited the campus.
UNT hosted one of the Democratic candidates, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke, on campus.
We resume our election coverage with Gabriella Cruz, who's in the studio with more. Gabriella, what more can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. Over the past 48 hours, the University of North Texas has become a major stop for Democratic political outreach. Earlier this week, former El Paso Congressman Beto O'Rourke visited campus as part of his Every Campus Counts tour, a statewide effort focused on increasing student voter engagement. While O'Rourke is not currently running for office, he remains a familiar figure to Texas voters following his 2018 U.S. Senate race and later campaigns for president and governor. During his visit to the Union, O'Rourke emphasized the importance of young voters registering, organizing, and participating in upcoming elections. But Beto O'Rourke isn't the only Democrat to visit UNT this week. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett stopped by campus on Monday for an event hosted by UNT's chapter of the National Black Law Students Association. Crockett, who represents the Dallas area in the U.S. House of Representatives, is now a Democratic Senate candidate, spoke with students about her path from law school to Congress and the young role that people play in shaping political change. Just days before Congresswoman Crockett's appearance, another Democratic Senate candidate also made a stop at UNT. State Representative James Tallarico visited campus last week, speaking with students as part of his campaign outreach focused on education, faith, and public service. Tallarico later answered questions from students regarding his platform and priorities as the Democratic primary approaches. NTTV's George Savoda has more on the story.
Here at UNT and to young people across this state is that if we as young people are not at the table, we will be on the menu.
Tallarico's rally focused on uniting young voters behind his campaign and the Democratic Party as a whole, touching on issues like high cost of medicine, the polarization of politics, and recent events such as immigration and custom enforcement operations in Minnesota. But afterward, he expanded on key issues for young voters, especially affordability.
And the issues that impact us, millennials like me, but Gen Zers like the ones here, are the most urgent issues in this country. Gun violence, climate change, student debt, the cost of housing, the cost of childcare. These issues impact young people, young families, more than they do other folks around the country.
Since announcing his run, Tallarico has campaigned as a candidate for young voters.
Well, young people want to see a people-powered campaign. They don't want a candidate who takes corporate PAC money. They want someone who is powered by people. That's exactly the kind of campaign we're building, because that's the campaign that's necessary if we're going to take on this broken, corrupt political system.
Tallarico says his resume speaks for itself.
That's exactly why I'm running. I have a history of doing it in the state legislature, and I'm confident with this people-powered movement, we can do it in Washington, D.C.
And that it's young voters and their neighbors that inspire him.
When I look out on a crowd of students and neighbors who are gathering together to try to save their country and love their neighbors. And then I'm filled with a little bit of hope.
With NTTV Nightly News, I'm George Swoboda.
With multiple candidates visiting UNT in a single week, the university has become a clear focal point for outreach aimed at young voters. NTTV will continue tracking these races and bring you live updates about our election special airing Tuesday, March 3rd. That's all I have for you guys regarding the latest on politics here at UNT. It's back to Jaden and Leah at the desk.
Thanks, Gabriella. Springtime feels like it's just around the corner.
I know, it's a shocking turn from that ice storm. Thankfully, our weather anchor Katie Muncie has more for us. Katie?
Thanks, guys. Jaden, you are so right about that because currently we are at 72 degrees, feeling like 72 with wind speeds at 3 miles per hour. Looking at tonight's conditions, we are looking at 70 degrees, feeling like 70 with 7 miles per hour wind. Tomorrow, we're going back up a little bit at 73 and then 15 miles per hour wind speed. That's all I have for first look. Back to you guys at the desk.
When we come back, the United States falls in corruption perception rankings. I'll have the latest.
And immigration enforcement takes a toll on farming after the break.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and is hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Are you tired of seeing the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find the Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My Study Abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your Study Abroad program from UNT, you're going to go through pre-departure orientation and modules so that you are prepared.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our Study Abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DebtQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DebtQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DebtQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.debtq.org to learn more. DebtQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
The United States has hit a record low in the World Corruption Perception rankings. I have the latest.
"64 out of 100. That was the U.S.'s score on Transparency International's latest Corruption Perception Index, ranking the country 29th in the world, the lowest placement for the U.S. since the index was relaunched in 2012. Bradley Brees, a political science student here at UNT, attributes this low to the imbalance between the three branches of government.
What we have seen with these institutions is fundamentally like something we have never seen before in the history of this country, with the undermining of the other branches outside of the executive.
The U.S. has been on a downward trend in this metric for nearly a decade, and according to Dr. Gloria Cox, actions taken by those currently in power have done little to nothing to reverse this.
The rule of law is in our Constitution, and now we have public figures who think it's okay to violate the rule of law, to ignore provisions of the Constitution.
There is a solution, though, and it's one that is deeply rooted in America's identity as a democracy.
We hold regular elections in this country. So if we don't like how things are going, we get ourselves to the polls and we can say, no, I'm not going to put up with that anymore.
But in today's political climate, this proves difficult as many Americans have become desensitized to national politics.
We don't really get to see the kind of outrage that we might expect out of, like, wow, we're reaching record highs in corruption. But it's like, yeah, well, we see this every day.
At a time when the country's future seems to be in question, it falls upon the people to ensure its prosperity.
I think it is part of our civic responsibility to uphold the customs that go with the democracy.
Reporting for North Texas Television, I'm Jaden Crumpton.
Make your voice heard. Early voting for this year's primaries is currently ongoing until February 27th. As anti-ICE protests around the country continue, we look to Georgia, where concerned protesters gathered last night. At Forsyth Park in Savannah, protesters gathered in response to the death of Savannah native and school teacher Linda Davis in an ICE-related incident. Davis, a beloved figure among locals, was struck by a Guatemalan man who was fleeing from ICE agents at the time of the crash. Protesters criticized responses from federal officials, saying statements from DHS leadership were disappointing and that the situation should not be viewed along party lines. Savannah City Council Alderman Detrick Leggett attended the protest, voicing frustration over ICE's lack of communication with local law enforcement, claiming that this event is something that should not have happened.
Minnesota farmers are facing labor shortage concerns due to the recent ICE surges. Local farmers like Larry Dreyer from Carver County are facing the impacts of ICE's presence. Immigrant farm workers across the state are afraid to come into work, and farmers are struggling to find replacements. According to the University of Minnesota, the number of workers with H-2A visas fell by more than 10% during the first half of 2025. The Minnesota farming community hopes to see an end to the shortage as their economy depends on it. With the primary election right around the corner, students here at UNT are stepping up and getting involved.
Organizations like North Texas Votes are making it easier for students to register, learn more about the issue, and let their voices be heard. Our live reporter, Michaela Dixon, is live outside Sycamore Library with the story.
Hi, thank you guys. Right now I'm standing in front of Sycamore Library where North Texas Vote has a registration table out to help students come and vote. Early voting started February 17th yesterday, and I'm standing here with Bonnie Moore to tell us a little bit more about what they do.
Hi, yes, I'm Bonnie Moore. I'm the president of North Texas Votes. We're a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, and we've been registering voters on campus at UNT for the last 9 years. Well, I have. We like to be able to not only register students, but we like to be able to give them information on how to vote, where to vote. We don't tell you who to vote for. That's not our deal. But we give you the resources to look up what the issues are and what the candidates are. Early voting is at Gateway Center for Denton voters. So anyone that's registered on campus, they can go over to Gateway Center from today through next Friday. That includes Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday, 11 to 5. Next Monday through Friday, it's 7 a.m., 7 p.m., room 52, and it's a primary, so they are going to either ask you or direct you to Republican or Democratic voting booths. Thanks so much. I hope you all get out and vote.
And thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Michaela Dixon. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michaela. It looked pretty cloudy out there. I wonder if storms are headed this way.
Luckily, our weather anchor Katie Muncie can tell us all about it. Katie?
Thanks, guys. Well, I have some great news because as of right now, we have no storms headed our way, just clouds. But taking a look at our North Texas map, we are 70s all across the board, starting with our low of 69 in Gainesville, heading over here 70 in Bowie and Graham, heading over here 70 in Decatur. Down here we have 73 in Stephenville. Looking over this way, we are 72. Oh, okay, well, going to our state map. We are in 73 in McKinney, 71 in Sherman, 69 in Gainesville. Okay, now going on to our state map. Okay, we are 72 in Shreveport, 76 in Houston, 77 in Austin. Heading up north to Oklahoma City, we are at 70, 62 in Amarillo, and all the way in El Paso, we are at 64. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. All right, tomorrow it looks like we have a high of 77, going down on Friday to 63, and we're going to stay in that low 60s to high 50s throughout the weekend. Staying the same on Monday with 57, and then going back up Tuesday and Wednesday at 67, and then all the way up to 80 on Wednesday. That's all I have for full weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Katie. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is set to face a critical audience in Los Angeles today, testifying in a lawsuit brought by a woman and her mother. The now 20-year-old claims Instagram and YouTube intentionally designed features on their platforms to addict young users. The plaintiff claims she became addicted as a child, which harmed her mental health. Zuckerberg is not new to this sort of event. 2 years ago, he apologized in front of the Senate to grieving parents who claimed social media contributed to their children's deaths. This time, though, he'll have to convince a jury. Up next, peace talks happen around the world.
And key holidays kick off for the year when we come back.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my God, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my God.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
What's up? Nothing much. I'm really bored. I feel like there's nothing to do.
Are you kidding? The MRTS picture show is happening.
The MRTS what?
Come with me.
Okay.
It's a series of free film screenings right here on campus. And there's free popcorn.
Nice. Thank you.
Pope Leo says he will not take part in President Trump's Board of Peace. The Vatican declined the invitation as he believes the United Nations should be left to handle international crisis situations. The Board of Peace, chaired by Trump, which was originally created to oversee the reconstruction of Gaza, has now expanded into a global peacekeeping body. The board is set to hold its first meeting tomorrow. While some countries plan to attend as observers, the Vatican and other nations, including Britain, France, and Norway, have declined to participate. Ukrainian lead negotiator Rustem Umerov says progress towards peace is happening as peace talks wrap up in Geneva.
There is progress, but no details can be disclosed at this stage. The next step is to achieve the necessary level of consensus to submit the developed decisions for consideration by the presidents. Our task is to prepare a practical, not merely formal, foundation for this. Ukraine remains constructive. The ultimate objective is unchanged, a just and sustainable peace.
If you see people with dark smudges on their foreheads, don't worry, it's Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is the start of the Christian season of Lent, a 40-day period meant for fasting and reflection. The faithful receive crosses of ash on their forehead, which are meant to remind people of their humble origin. Lent leads up to Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and Easter. Today also marks the first week of Ramadan, the most sacred month in Islam, where Muslims around the world honor the holy month by fasting between sunrise and sunset. The first day is determined by the sighting of a crescent moon. Because of this, the official first day is unclear. Several countries like Oman, Turkey, and Singapore have officially declared the first day to be Thursday, although some Muslims started celebrating last night.
It's an eventful week for UNT athletics.
That's right. Let's see what our sports anchor Christina Orozco has in store for us.
Stay tuned after the commercial break for breaking news from the Mavericks, a preview on UNT softball, and what the UNT Wrestling Club has been up to lately.
TRIO is a federally funded grant program. It was founded in the 60s, and it supports student success and student retention. So we have a lounge, computer lab, free printing for our students. We also provide one-on-one advising services for our students, as well as career exploration and prep. Students who are eligible for TRIO include those who are first-gen, low-income, or have a disability. They just have to meet one of those three. There are many benefits to being in TRIO. Some of the general ones are the services we provide. The other benefits include creating a sense of community, a sense of belonging, and giving a safe space for students to come. Students can apply for a program by either coming in person and scanning a QR code, or they can also visit our webpage that has a direct link to our online application. And students need to know that we are here to help.
We have some breaking news on the Dallas Mavericks. They have just announced minutes ago that they have made a decision on Kyrie Irving's return to the court. They have determined he will be out for the rest of the season following his ACL tear last March. More news to come on the timeline of his recovery. Last week, I had the pleasure of sitting in on the UNT Wrestling Club practice and getting some perspective about the growing program here on campus.
It has been a big year for the growing UNT Wrestling Club.
Get people excited about us, right? We're finally starting to come into our own and start winning a lot more here. A lot of them have been to the practices, they've done the work. So most of the preparation for a tournament is going to be shoulders up.
I got to see how this team prepares for their upcoming challenges, both physically and mentally.
A lot of live situations that prepare you for situations that you'll be facing during the match.
Honestly, it just gets a lot of attention to, I guess, being athletic, and it's one of those sports that helps you, that you have to mentally push yourself, not just physically.
Just maintaining weight and putting down the fork sometimes is kind of the thing to prepare for it.
I love yoga. I love doing yoga, and after yoga, I'll lay down flat on my back with my eyes closed and try to picture a match in my head.
These hardworking student-athlete UNT wrestlers then explained what the sport means to them and how much it means to get their support from the public.
We really preach that it's not about wins and losses, but it's about performance on the mat. I just want to see if they're performing and improving better than the last time.
Pretty much just appreciation of the sport for people to come out and just see how much hard work, especially UNT students, put into the sport.
For morality, it's great to get the support of like your teammates, your classmates, just your friends and family. It boosts morale and you get too excited. It makes you want to win because you don't want to lose in front of your mom or something.
I think it's really fun, and it's kind of a new sport in Texas. It's not very popular, and I think it'd be a great way for people to expand. MMA is big, and wrestling's a big base for MMA, so it'd be really fun.
Well, I think wrestling's the best sport in the world, so of course I want people to come watch and support us. So it's just exciting to see this program grow.
UNT is hosting the Texas Wrestling Championship on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. at the Rec Center, where you'll be able to see these fantastic athletes in action. For more information on events, you can check out their Instagram page at UNT Wrestling. And tonight is the home game opener for our Mean Green softball team. They will face East Texas A&M. UNT is currently 2-8 after coming off a series of tournaments in Louisiana and Mississippi. East Texas A&M is coming into the game with the 5-5 record, with this being their first away game of the season. So come on out to support our ladies at Lovelace Stadium at 6 p.m. tonight, where we will hopefully see a Mean Green win on our home field. Thank you, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Christina. Earlier today in Italy, a surprise competitor made its way into the Women's Olympics cross-country skiing qualifier.
Nazgul, a Czechoslovakian wolf dog, joined competitors as they crossed the finish line in Milan. The dog belongs to a local race official and is well known in the area.
The canine competitor did not disrupt the race and was a delight to the fans in attendance. We have a puppy bowl. Why not Dog Olympics?
That would be a hoot, or maybe a woof, a howl, a bark?
Let's just stick with hoot for now.
Okay.
Thanks for watching NTTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.